welcome to the TikTok Big Break Masterclass with Brian, Lara, Alyssa Healy and Brad Haddon here at the Adelaide Oval. We're in the indoor school. Brian, Lara, last year you dealt with Rashid Khan. He's not been seen in Adelaide since. This year we just wanted to go that little bit further. We want you to explain how you would face the three quicks from this Australian side.
Oh my gosh, so you're saying Rashid Khan was here last year, you haven't seen him since, so me, three quicks, you're not going to see Lara again. That's what you're saying. But, I mean, outstanding fast bowlers, world class, and all together in one attack will always cause problem for any batter. For me, would definitely be looking to pick up singles, put away the bad balls, and sort of survive, share the strike with my opposition, my partner.
You're up against, Brian.
Yeah, I realise, I'm seeing. But I can't watch that because I'll be intimidated.
I did just hear you say that Starc, Cummins and Hazlewood all bowled half volleys, so I'm not sure if Brad Haddon's set that.
No, they don't all bowl, but they do come searching, especially Mitch Starc. And I'll be on my front foot to him a lot, you know,
well,
looking. The occasional short ball I'll get under.
Yeah, there are going to be quite a few short balls, but who we're going to start first with is Josh Hazlewood. We're going to bowl back of a length, Josh Hazlewood. Going to get up around...
Don't tell him where it's going to be, Brad.
Well, he needs a little bit of help after seeing how good the three quicks were. It's going to be around 140 k's, three slip scully, bat pad to intimidate you a little bit. We'll leave cover open, mid-off, point, and a square mid-on.
Right, let's go, Brian. Get into your position. Let's go down the left wing here.
I tell you what, I've never seen someone with just shy of 12,000 test runs more nervous.
Well, I tell you what, I've never seen someone bat against Josh Hazlewood with a pair of civvies on. Well, here we go. Great crowd here at the Adelaide Oval. We're obviously indoor.
Have a go.
So if you were behind the screen at the
want to
back...
have a look?
He's just going to have a little bit of a sighter.
Let's have a look. This is Josh Hazlewood.
Ball. Brian, Lara, this is Josh Hazlewood.
All right.
Right, Brad, first and foremost, you're in your stance almost.
Yeah.
What are you thinking before you face your first ball?
Oh, first of all, I'm bad on my crease because my first movement is back and across. And I give myself a little bit of room to get back and across, steady head, and my eyes are just around off stump. So anything outside of that I can leave alone, and I'm try to play as much as possible in the V. Just
explain that back and across that you just mentioned.
Yeah,
Why
so that's
that?
my trigger movement. It's just my trigger movement. From here, I can go here, I can go here, right? Some people, Sachin or Ricky, went slightly forward, and it's just a trigger to make my next step.
Brad, away you go. The first ball of the test match to Brian, Lara.
Josh Hazlewood.
Hazlewood into bowl.
Single.
Brad, have you set the field yet? You've got a short leg?
I've got a short leg. I've squared mid-on up. It's not going to get anything to drive.
Brian, is there anything that you would do differently? Obviously, we speak a lot about Josh Hazlewood right on that hanky length that we talk about. Is there anything that you would do differently, or you just back your hand-eye coordination to let that ball go on length?
Yeah, well, it depends on the surface I'm playing on. If it's just a bit of bounce, yes, I'll do that. But to me, to get my head and eyes over the line of the ball is important. And the more the ball starts going away from me, the more I can leave it. So I'm covering off stump, and I want to get my eyes over it. And if it's leaving, I'm not going to follow it. I'm going to shoulder, but I'm looking to play more balls are going to hit maximum fourth stump.
So you're not too worried about the one coming back. You're more worried about the one going across you.
Well, the one's coming back is why that's actually what I'm playing for.
Sure.
So the one's leaving me is not a problem.
Great.
So I'm actually looking for the one coming back, and maybe a little bit of Tajari and Chandrapur where I'm playing inside here.
Yep.
Come on, Brad. Rev it up.
Pitch him up, Hads.
Does he have a big deep backward square leg?
No, not yet. Brian, just on the field that we've set, as a batter, would you ever get intimidated by a big cordon or a short leg in place or a mid-off coming in tight?
No, that's actually beneficial for me because I'm looking to pounce on anything bad. So the more you have guys in catching areas, the more open spaces I have in front of me or in the deep. So I actually like aggressive fields.
Keep going, Brad. And that's part of the battle of being out there in the middle as well. You have to take the odd blow.
You do.
What's your mindset now? You've taken one to the belly. Just forget about it and move on?
Well, I realize that he's getting the ball to swing in a bit. I'm looking for a single because I know Hazlewood is one of the world-class bowlers. I might be able to get runs from somebody else. So I'm looking to tuck him around the corner for a single.
Well played. Sensible cricket.
So that's the one you were talking about. It's away from the eye line,
Yeah.
so you let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first boundary of
Shot.
the morning to BC Lara. Just tell us about that, the transfer of weight. You mentioned your trigger movement to start.
Yeah, well, I picked the length up very quickly. So I'm here, and from here, it got a lot of room. So I got a lot of eyesight on it. It wasn't one that was pitching close to off stump going away. He's giving me eyesight of the ball. I got room, and I'm going to throw my hands at it.
Just been hit for a boundary, Brad.
Yeah,
Need to respond.
I tell you what, we've got a tough captain. I've got sick of bowling Hazel. He's bowling too short. So we've just brought the captain back into the game. We're going to keep the same field. We might just take a bat Pat out, but Cummins comes in, so it's going to be a bit full up.
All right, so just explain. Pat Cummins bowls a little bit full up.
Hold on.
A bit
Here
of
we go, mind
gamesmanship.
games. Mind games.
So, Brian, we've changed the bowling.
Yeah.
You'd obviously have done your research on who you would have been facing. So we've gone to Pat Cummins. What will you do to Pat that you didn't do for Josh Hazlewood?
Well, I think Josh Hazlewood is a lot more consistent back and length, and he's very patient. Pat Cummins, world-class bowler again. He's going to try as much as possible to keep it back and length, get some foot movement, but he's also going to look to bowl you down or carry you to slip. So I want to pounce on those balls that he feel he can get me out with. So I think as a batter, a defensive shot is an easy shot to play. An attacking shot is the one that you have to execute properly. I've got an attacking mind frame, so I am looking to pounce at anything bad. If he bowls a good ball, I just get into that defensive mode.
Does anything change with you? We've seen Pat Cummins come around the wicket really quickly to the left hand as of late. Does anything in your setup change when he makes that move?
Well, first of all, it's leg stump over the wicket, mark, and around the wicket I get to off stump. I want to be able to be covering my off stump as much as possible. If the ball darts back in, I can work it to leg. But I'd hate to get bowled, say for instance like an Athens, bowled off stump, just leaving alone. So I'm covering my off stump a lot more.
Sure.
Right, away you go, Brian. Skipper, come on, we need a wicket.
Hey.
Full of length Yorker, nicely played. The chanting Brian's name down here.
That's a little bit of a false shot. I felt that my hands were a little bit outside the line of the ball. It took the inside half of the bat, so that's something I'll correct immediately as a batter. I'll most likely just try to pick the bat up more with my right hand, my top hand. Ooh.
Is there an edge on that?
Pat Cummins again.
Is there an edge on that? Are you walking?
Are you reviewing that, Brian? Oh, nice drive. Nice drive.
It's uppish, but I think it's gone through extra
Just
cover.
talk us through that drive. It's the transfer of weight back into the ball. You're facing someone that's bowling near on 90 miles an hour. How hard is that to do out there in the middle?
Well, it is difficult, but what I do a little bit of is premeditate. So I will premeditate the next delivery, what I think he's going to deliver. If he does not, it doesn't mean that I'm going to play a drive to a short ball. I just adjust myself. But if I'm reading the bowler, I'm reading what he's coming with, I'm doing a little bit of premeditating. So if that half volley comes at 90 miles an hour, I'm still getting to position quickly.
And you say premeditation. Where does that knowledge come from?
Well, I think it's a mental war, and you can tell what a guy's going to do with a ball in his hand. If there's a Bretley bowling, you know there's going to be a couple short balls. He's going to come searching for goal coming up. So I think it's that mental battle and understanding and trying to predict what he's thinking of is important to me. I find it very difficult to just play each ball in its merit. You will eventually do that. But I think when you're playing against world-class bowlers, Wasim Akram, back in the day, Waki Yunis, you tend to know what these guys are trying to do to set you up.
Keep going, Pat. Just been hit for a boundary.
Shot.
Again, that's pure balance, isn't it? It's just the balance, the hand movement.
The way it comes back through the ball as well, it's just, it doesn't look balanced, but it is. It's just a nice flow.
So, Brian, that's a big drive you're playing. You look to me like you've almost got used to conditions and you're now trying to put your authority onto the game.
Yeah. Good ball, swung back in, I think it went through batting pad, but I'm still here, I'm still surviving. I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. Again, I'm going to try to read the bowler. He's obviously feeling very happy with that delivery ball, but we're back to square one, I'm still here.
I like that mindset.
Oh, that's down the ground, 4. One more ball from Pat Cummins, and then we're going to have to turn to your hubby. We're going to have to go left arm over. He's batting too well against the right armers.
Oh, well left.
Nice leave to finish. Brian, we've got 3 young kids here. Nick, Evie, and Tom. Here they come down the net here. They've got a few questions that they're going to ask. But before they get down here, your bat lift, that big high bat lift.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and how important it was for you?
You know, I really couldn't tell when it came out, but hi guys. How you guys going? All right?
Come on in.
Lovely to meet you all. But I think I do it. It's more exaggerated with the fast bowlers, and I think it gave me momentum with the speed of the ball that's coming at me. Against spinners, you wouldn't see me, you know, flick the bat up in the air. But I think for me, it was just sort of a momentum thing, getting my hand and with the pace of the ball that's coming out.
So we've got Evie, Tom, and Nick. Evie, I'm going to start with you. This is your chance to ask Brian Lara a question.
Who was your idol growing up?
Oh, my idol growing up, quite a few. As a young cricketer, you tend to have quite a few. So I took something from every single one. But one Australian that I loved was Alan Border. And simply the fact that when he played against the West Indies, they were the best team in the world, the West Indies. And any batter who could stand up against them, I fell in love with. Alan Border also being similar height, left-handed. He's one of my favorites.
Brad, how are we getting on with Mitch's left arm over?
Yeah, I tell you, we had enough of being nice. The ball's just started to reverse, Forney, so Mitchell Starc's come back in the attack. So get ready, Brian.
We're nearly ready for Mitchell. Tom, have you got a question for Brian?
Out of the 2 that you've just faced, which one was harder to face?
I think anyone that's not giving me any loose balls or searching, looking for my wicket, like pitching the ball up, it's a little bit more difficult. So I think Hazlewood will be a little bit more difficult for me because I know 5 out of 6 balls going to be back a length, looking to seam away from me and have me on the defensive.
Yeah.
I'm more a guy who wants to get on my front foot and spank the ball.
Yeah.
And Nick, have you got a question for Brian?
Who was the fastest bowler you've ever faced?
Oh, the fastest bowler I ever faced was Brett Lee, and it was a spell in my home country, Trinidad. And I was on my way to score my first 100. And let me tell you something, my non-striking partner, Ramnir Sawan, refused to come down at the striker's end. And that was maybe the fastest spell I've ever faced in cricket.
Right, Mitchell Starc, Brian. Let's see what you've got against the left armour.
Yep, Starkey's warmed up. This is about 145 Ks. Do you want to look, Brian?
Yes, I want to have a look.
Watch your toes.
Exactly.
It's going to hit him right on the suede shoes.
Yeah, those nice shoes that you've got on, Brian. Good luck with
Mitchell
this.
Starc does not in-swing the ball to left-handers. He does not in-swing the ball to left-handers. You got to get that ball going away from me.
It's reversing.
This is reverse swing, Brian. Unfortunately, as a batter, you can't dictate what the ball does.
That's better. You've got to be careful. I've got insteps and toes to protect.
Right, here we go, Brian. Mitchell Starc.
He got his wrist wrong in the first ball.
So what you're looking out for there, you can see that the ball's swinging around a bit.
Right now I'm looking out for my toes.
Right.
But yeah, he's going to swing it about, but I think that I'm going to score a lot more for all the Australian, Mitchell Starc is the one I think I'm going to score because I know he loves to swing the ball. So I'm literally on my front foot just looking to pounce on anything loose.
Oh, that's a good shot. That's flown past us. That'll be a boundary, Brian. That's the second one through the offside, square of the wicket.
Brian, you said you know he's going to come full, which obviously looks to swing the ball. Is there something in the back of your mind that you are a little bit worried about the short ball as well? I mean, we saw it yesterday, one in the grill. He can bowl that bouncer.
Yeah,
are you a little bit worried?
He can bowl that short ball, and he most likely have a bad pat in. But that is going to be the surprise ball, right? He's not going to bowl me 3-4 short balls in the over. And I believe that is going to be my defensive delivery, where I'm going to try to get on it. So I'm not going to be driving, flicking, and then pulling. You know, with a guy like Mitchell Starc, 95% of balls, 90% of balls are going to be looking for swing, so I'm going to have more drive. So that surprise short ball, I'm going to try to get out the way.
Right, yeah, smart play.
Right, a couple more, Brian.
I'll be trying to hook it.
Yeah, you're on top here.
Ooh. That one left me. That one drew me into the shot. That's what Mitch Starc does. Draws you into the shot, and then your hands keep following it. And, you know, luckily for me, I didn't nick that one.
Come on, Brian, you're getting on top here. Mitchell Starc to Brian Lara. That Yorker we see so often.
I think it's doing him for a little bit of pace here.
It is, and,
He is 54.
I think you need to bring it back a
Slow
little
ball.
bit. You're not gonna nick me off if you keep bowling Yorkers.
This
Slow
is
ball,
what-
Brad.
This is what I love about Brian Lara. He's telling the bowler how to bowl. This is called intimidation.
I think we got into
Good
Ryan.
bowling, Mitch. You're getting it in the right zone. We're not far away. Brian's trying to get on top.
That's a better length.
What about the run-up, Brian? The indication from the run-up. Do you get any indication from when the bowler's running in what the ball's going to be?
Yeah, I think more the action, the point of delivery, how his body is shaped. If it's open, I tend to look for something coming back into me from a left-arm fast ball. If he's a bit closed off, I think he's going to try to leave me.
Right, I tell you what, I'll give you a scenario. We need 4 to win. The West
Yeah.
Indies. And it could happen here in this Test match. It's a close game. You need 4 to win. You're
And
facing
I'm-
Mitchell Starc.
And I'm batting with Courtney Walsh.
No, you're batting with Shamar Joseph. Shamar Joseph in a
Well,
place.
give him the strike.
Yeah. Here we go. Mitchell Starc to Brian Lara. Beautiful finish, Brian. Brian, that has been a pure pleasure to just stand
Thank
a
you,
few
thank
yards
you,
away
thank
from
you.
one of the greats of the game. Kids, that was magnificent, wasn't it? That was very special. Brilliant, Brian.
I was looking forward to the spinner, but maybe next time.
Unfortunately, you didn't get quite down to Nathan Lyon. Fantastic. Brilliant from Brian Lara. We're obviously going to have more talk of cricket after the break with Alyssa and Talia McGrath.